Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Semovente M41. It's the Tier 5 Italian tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka, and this one is under the command of panzerpenguin. And he's got 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of that 75mm. Let's see how he gets on. Game on! Well, as many of you may know, the Semovente was actually designed similar to the Stug 3. In fact, after the Germans started manufacturing closed cabin assault tanks, the Italians started designing their own, and this is the version they came up with. It's originally based on the Caro Armato, which is an M1340. That's a 13-ton tank designed in 1940, but they actually took the hull and, well, they ran with it, and in February 1941 they came up with the Semovente. Now, it's only got a 75mm gun, but there's 3 different types, and the Type 5 one is the best, with 110 Alpha, 127mm of pen with the standard rounds, and he's moving up because, well, those positions are all occupied, so I think he's going to use one of the other positions. That's better. Okay, so with the AP, it's 110 Alpha, 127mm of pen, and with the heat rounds, it's capable of 110 Alpha and 175mm of pen. The standard reload by the book is 2.88 seconds. We can see here that panzerpenguin has got it down to 2.53. Now it is Tier 5, so it's going to be up against some interesting opposition. Now you can see he's actually, whoa, the KV-1 hasn't spotted us yet, but he's getting some nice pens with the heat rounds right through the front, and he's got his first kill. Now, the fact that he's got 3 marks of excellence should tell you everything. Yeah, he's no spring chicken. He knows exactly how to work this tank, and he's got his second kill. Now, that leopard's getting mightily close, though, and he's got his third kill. He's literally tearing them a new one. Now, a hell of a lot of these were actually lost in North Africa when, obviously, they had to retreat. And you can see it's much smaller than the equivalent Su-85 there, which is based on the T-34. This thing, as I say, is built on the basis of a light tank more than any other tank destroyer. And you know that the Stug was actually designed based on a medium tank, the Panzer III. So he's already managed to pick up a lot of damage. Got a Stug up there. I do know that apparently the Germans were very impressed with the Semovente, and they actually did take over a lot of the ones when Italy surrendered to the Allies. They took over a lot of the ones that were actually in the factory and still being produced. They wanted them for themselves. It's smaller, it's more able to cope with a limited environment. That means, I mean, obviously it can get through narrow streets. You can see it's actually much more narrow than a Stug in dimensions. Has decent armour as well. In fact, the armour was very good because it could actually withstand most of the shells that the British were flinging at them, including the 2-pounder rounds as well. 15mm of armour at the front of the vehicle. Top speed was only 35, but that's because it was a light tank, and really it wasn't designed to move very quickly. Oh, he's been spotted! Get to the line quickly, because there's some tanks there that you can hide behind. Oh, Arty managed to avoid that one. Okay. Now this is the kill zone area where the aircraft are likely to fall. If they fall. There's another Semovente up there. He's not aiming for us at the moment. Thankfully, the others. He's actually timing his shot as well to make sure if he does fire that he gets a kill out of it straight away. He didn't get it because he didn't take him below 130. He needs it to get down to just below 110 so that he can get the kill shot with one. He's not kill stealing. It's basically he's just timing his shot so he doesn't get messed about with. He doesn't take the kill down to below 110 and somebody else snatches away from him. Well, we know where the enemy Arty is. He's ahead of us and slightly to the right. And he's now spotted a KV... What's that? KV-1SA. And he's shredding him. Keep going. Now he's below one shot. Can he get the kill? Yes. Okay, he's got a Cavalier coming towards him. And he has been spotted now, so he is likely to receive fire. Yep, the M10 starts up. Needs to get behind a wreck. And there's the enemy Arty. We know where he is now. He's basically just given away his position. He's behind that tall tree, or rather the bush over to our right. ELC's moving in. And there he is. Hello. Just showing the top of his gun though, which is not part of the hit ball. Oh, it is part of the hit. It is part of the hit box. I thought it wasn't, and it is. But he actually put a round straight through the barrel. And the guy lifted his gun. He knew everything was over. Now we've got the M10, but we've got somebody ahead of us, I think. Okay. Shreds it. The IKV goes to the KV-1 Arty. But now it's a race to get to the other side of the map. There's only 3 enemies left. One of those is by the railway line. He's got 5 kills. If he can get another one, he'll pick up a Top Gun. I think what he's going to do is going to let that guy get as close as he can to spot the guy, and then he'll hit him as soon as he's ready and ripe for plucking. Wait for it. They're getting close. The AMX is the first one who's going to spot him. Remember, this tank isn't very fast. AMX, he's found him. There he is. He's in the other side of the railway line. Oh dear, so we've missed the chance to get him and a Vespucci's. But we're moving as fast as we can. We did take one round through the front there. And that's it, game over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Panzerpenguin in the Semovente M41. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up with 5, one short of getting a Top Gun and 1/3 of the enemy team. He got a fire 4 effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8, and he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. His win rate from it was 9,033, which is Super Unicum standard and a lot higher. But it probably cost him on the premium rounds. Let's have a look. Well, the highest damage was 1,905 hit points. That went to Panzerpenguin. 1,273 went to the Wolverine, and he picked up a Confederate. And the third highest damage, well, actually went to the Panzer IV Aslains H on the enemy team with 843. Our Excelsior actually picked up a steel wall and a Confederate in that game. And the AMX ELC, well, he got a patrol duty out of that one as well. When it came to kills, he got the highest number of those, 5. 3 kills went to the SU-85, and 2 kills went to the T-34 shielded on the team. Only 2 kills actually went to the enemy team. And yes, so that shows how poor they were. And when it came to base XP, he's actually in second place on that one. So he got the top on damage, on kills, but he misses out on base XP because the ELC got the spotting and he got 981. So even though he only did 205 hit points of damage on 1 kill, because he got that spotting, that's where he benefited. And you can see that here. Let it come up. Wait for it. There you go. 4,289 hit points of spotting. That's why he topped out and got the highest base XP in the game. Yes, and of course that patrol duty. So, yes, 981 to the ELC, 969 to the Semovente M41 for Panzerpenguin, and 778 went to the T-34 shielded. He fired only 28 rounds. You get 65 rounds of ammunition in this vehicle, so you've got plenty of ammo to spare. He didn't even use half his ammo. 22 direct hits on the enemy, 20 penetrations, 1,905 hit points of damage, of which 543 were done at more than 300 meters. 2 hits received, One was penetration, one was a non-penetration. 300 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, 1,290 hit points of spotting assist in that game as well. On a free-to-play account, actually, he made a loss, 18,077 credits. If he had a premium account, he would have made a profit, but only 751 credits at that. Mostly down to the ammunition he used. He did use the heat ammo, and it is very effective. It does get him damage, and he did get the highest damage in the game, but sadly, he also got the cost of that as well. And yes, you can see for the damage he did, it's basically, he did 3,000... yeah, about 3,100 hit points of damage, whereas that spotting was 4,000 for the ELC. So yes, he spent the money on the shells. The ELC didn't have to, because of course he wasn't doing much damage. He was just spotting for it. And on top of that, he picked up 1,938 experience points out of that one as well. So it was a reasonable battle, a nice little ace tanker. Good to show that the Semovente with the right round can actually do a lot of damage, and it's a lot smaller than the Stug or the Su-85, so it's it can hide behind bushes, and you can play it quite aggressively, even if you don't get the positions that you do want. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.